What's up, Internet? I apologize for the lack of streams for the past couple of days. I've been dealing with a lot of family medical crises and stuff, but hopefully things are going to get back to normal for the next little while. Anyway, we got some weeds growing here. I kind of want this little area to be overrun, so that's okay. It's firework night, which I totally planned on doing this, and the Able Sisters are closing in about a minute, so we should probably run to go see what they're up to. And wear holes in my shiny purple label socks. Because shiny socks are shiny. So let's see if the Able Sisters have anything in stock for us today. Hopefully. Not seen a lot. Not immediately anyway, but let's... I'm wearing my wetsuit with my socks. You know, the whole point of the wetsuit is that it covers your body so that you trap your body heat in. So, the fact that it has a pair of shorts, it's not very effective as a wetsuit. Okay, so anything here that says floral skirt. Not really seeing all that much. That looks like it would be something I'd want. Nope, I guess we're good. Oh well. I'll let the Able Sisters go to bed because they closed minutes ago. But, you know, hopefully tomorrow. I guess we'll go to the Nooklings and see what they're up to. And I guess we're going to go work on our flower pattern for a while, because that's kind of all I can think of what we need to do at the moment. Still not 100% sure on this idea. Still not 100% on exactly how it's going to look and what I want to do with the area after this. I thought we couldn't buy the slide anywhere because it was like a Nook custom order thing. That's a magazine. Fair enough. No thanks. I don't actually need a magazine. I don't read magazines. Can't think of a time when I did. I think when I was a kid I wanted to read Nintendo Power, but they were ridiculously expensive, so... no magazines for me. Okay, so let's go figure out what we need to do next for a little flower pattern. The moment I actually want to start jumping across this thing. Come on. There we go. Ooh, that was pretty. Neat. That was a flower. Okay. Now, if I recall, we kind of stopped around here, because there's the red one. So we gotta continue with white down this way. The nice thing is, that continues over here, so if we stopped at the windflower, which we did, we just have to pick up from there. So we've got that windflower we don't need. Dig up these guys then. And if we dig them up this way, we know exactly what order they need to be in. So that's kind of a nice little time saver. I have no idea how many rows this is going to take before it's done. All I know is we're going to need a lot of blue roses. And the fact we have none is kind of a problem. Okay. So. Nice if I ordered my inventory a little bit, I think. What can you do? Plop that there. We're just going to slowly work our way around. Now, the problem is, we don't have a full set of even the next color, which is frustrating to say the least. But on the bright side, we haven't exactly broken our pattern yet, although there is one area that I am a little bit concerned about. And we're getting up there. Already plopped down a rose, yes. I think that's... okay, so next we need these guys. Which I think I've actually already dug up. Probably gonna have to go dump some of these flowers somewhere just to make space. Okay. Now the biggest thing that concerns me right now would be right about here. Because I think this one went like this and then down, sort of at an angle. And if that's the case... I don't think it actually did. I don't think. No, it must not have. So I don't know where this came from, because it goes... Roses should be there for one thing. Huh. I may have broken the pattern. Whoops. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It's not fine. Oh, crap, we did. Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to go back and redo all this. Well, poop. I'm gonna do that on my own time. Screw it. That is a lot of stuff to do for very little reward right now, so I'm probably gonna do that on my own time just because. But for now, let's try and clean up the inner area of it a little bit so that we at least have an understanding of where we're gonna, you know, put stuff, because I think with a really jam-packed center like that, it's gonna be really confusing really quickly. And I don't want that. I'd like to actually have a general idea of what I'm doing so as to not make that problem that I just did. So we're going to try and just plant colors next to each other so they're at least easy to find when we need to come back and grab these. Okay. So we got white stuff there. Pick up those weeds. I mean, on the bright side, we at least have one proper loop. Although we're probably going to have to redo everything past that one loop, which sucks. That'll take a while. And that's unsatisfying. Well, my day was already kind of going crap. That just made it worse. What can you do? Okay, so... yeah, this would have to basically be here, assuming that it goes like this, and then makes a 90-degree turn down. But the problem is that I'm also not seeing any cosmos, which would be after the roses. So I actually missed one entire color right here. Crap. Yeah, this right here is a bit of a mess right now. It's like it's hard to tell what goes where, and like what's actually part of a planned set and what isn't. So let's just try and clean this up a little bit, and then we'll figure it out as we go. That seems like a relatively smart plan. There's my shovel. Well, might as well go get another one. Maybe I'll go talk to some villagers, see what they think about the fireworks. Problem is, you can't really do much with the villagers when they're watching fireworks. It's just sort of like that's what they're committed to, and they don't really want to talk to you about anything. You know, I was kind of talking about this on the Discord at one point. Like, this game has a lot of really nice attention to detail. Like, every different, like, ground texture you can walk on, and every, like, combination of footwear you can have, like, different sound effects, which is really cool. And yet, all the events are garbage. Like, they focused so much on such a small thing, and yet something so big as, like, actual, like, date-marked events on the calendar for special things going on in the game are just so bad. It's kind of amazing that that's the case, because it's just such a huge disparity in quality from the little things to the big things. Alright. So we got ourselves a shovel. And that's the first step to getting that area cleaned up and having to redo all of it because I'm a moron. Just gonna put all the blue stuff kind of here, at least for the moment. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of blue stuff, so I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem if I put it all in one small place like that. It's just a matter of grabbing stuff out of the center. Oh, more red. More white stuff with the red stuff. That needs to be blue stuff. Growing hybrids is a pain in the ass. Red flowers, you can go here next to the blue ones. Or the white ones that I grabbed from the red ones, rather. Let's go water the actual red ones. And hopefully finally get a blue one. Like, I'd like to just sort of sort them by, like, individual type and color, numerically speaking. Like, just have one plop of red roses, one plop of orange roses, one plop of purple roses, all that, and go down all the colors. Because I think I need about 20 of everything. At least that was the original requirement for what we kind of had going on. Since we've changed how this is going to work, I'm not sure what we need or how much of what. All I know is we need basically the maximum number of blue roses, and that same number -1 for gold roses and pink tulips and black cosmos. I wish getting hybrids was a lot easier than it is. Okay, so these two are sort of planned rows, so we can start digging them up from here. We'll just have to kind of move everything one square over by the end of it, I guess. That kind of sucks. So at least we have the boundaries of knowing sort of where we were, where we need to go. At the very least, that gives us an idea of what we need to do. Okay, so here's where we can start digging over here on row 3. Okay. Oh, that said, I'll grab a black rose, put it next to the white flowers so I at least know kind of here's at least where I've identified where the problem begins. There. Now we at least have a marker. An identifiable landmark. So let's go plop the rest of these sort of in some general vague way that's going to maintain them being somewhat sorted so we don't have to go searching into a million different places for all of it. Now the problem I'm going to see with this was the problem we had beforehand while I was still sort of setting up the area, which is I don't think we have enough space outside of where we're working to fit all the flowers we have. So yeah, that might be an issue. But we'll try and find our way around it. Also, I'm reminded I do at some point have to move Marina's house because it's off-center for what I want to do with it. Although honestly, I could terraform the entire area around it just to give her more space, but the way my island's lined up and laid out, that probably wouldn't work half the way I'd like it to. At least not without having to take a huge amount of space that would probably be ill-suited for what I planned for it. So I don't know. But it's better to run into problems like this early rather than like 2 steps from the end and having to do it all over again. You know, if we have to redo everything from step 2, that's better than, you know, step 22. So at least from step 2, going back to step 1 doesn't take that long. And it's less frustrating work. It's still frustrating beyond all belief, though. I will say I'm pretty genuinely upset about that. But, you know, better to happen sooner rather than later with this sort of stuff. Jump and a jump and a jump. And I'm thinking about maybe trying to stream something later, just to pick up some footage for a review I have planned. But it depends on how editing's going. Like I said, I've been working on this review. It's not even a long one, but I've been working on it for like 3 weeks, and that's just... unacceptably long, but at the same time I've been dealing with a lot of family medical stuff, so it's just... It's a lot of, well, both emotional and, like, physical fatigue and stuff, just with all this stuff going on. So, you know, I'm doing my best to just sort of stay on top of things as best I can. How much space do I have left? Oh, I got tons. Now, the question when I actually go back and actually try and, like, fix this problem is, do I roll back from the end point, or do I just move forward from the error? I mean, regardless, I think the same amount of work's going to have to get done, but from an efficiency perspective, I'm not sure if one would be more efficient than the other. If there is a bright side to this, though, it means I might be able to move some of this stuff around and try and get more hybrids from, like, putting stuff next to each other outside in a more controlled environment. And seeing as I, you know, need as many flowers as I possibly can, especially the hybrids, if I can try and get a few more of specific colors, that would probably be for the best. Although this game desperately doesn't want to give me blue roses, so we might be waiting a while even, in the most optimal of circumstances. Alright. I gotta move that dragonfly somewhere, but I just don't know where. I think we're good for purple roses. If there's a nice thing about the design change, though, even though I'm not sure it's going to look good, or even remotely close to as good as the previous design I had, as a gradient effect, rather, you know, at least this way we're going to get an even number of every type of flower. The bad news is that definitely means we need that many of every color of flower, whereas, you know, in a gradient, if we put something in the corner, we can kind of get away with having as few of that color as possible. Now that's not an option. So there's some logistical planning to this now that my initial plan didn't really rely upon. Fortunately, I think we've got more than enough white flowers, but stuff like the purples and stuff like that, that's gonna be a bit tougher. Blues are definitely gonna be a pain as well. And unfortunately, there isn't enough room for an entire straight row of all the flowers. As you can see from our test row, we just can't fit all the flowers on a single line. That was kind of why I was going for an angled gradient, honestly. Which just, I knew that there wasn't enough space, and if we tried to extend it, it would go all the way to the resident services to do it. And that wouldn't look very good. And the fact that we have to at least have something lead into the river mouth, it would be basically impossible from what I can tell. But on the bright side, at least we get to clean this up a little bit. Okay. I think I should probably, like, write the pattern down somewhere just so that I don't have to constantly, like, run away to look. That might be a smart plan. And then I can at least keep an eye on what I'm doing and have it consistent without any chance of screwing it up. Well, I mean, this is me we're talking about. There's a good chance I'll still screw it up, but, you know, it makes it a little less likely to happen. Well, that's annoying. Oh well. Yeah, this, especially like by the stairs, it's a little bit tricky to figure out what's there because that was the original plan and I just didn't clear it before starting over. And what's there because it's supposed to be there, and what's there just because I needed space at the time. At least this way, it'll take more time to set everything up, but it'll probably be a lot less frustrating in the long run. At least I would hope. Plant this, plant this, plant this, plant this. Okay. So, cleanup patrol. Not the most fun I've had in this game, I'll tell you that much. Not as bad as, say, Bunny Day, but there have been better things to do. I will say that much. Still figuring out what I want to do to decorate these cliffs, though. I don't know if I've got any real concrete ideas. Okay, so orange goes to pink? Oh. Which means that should go... Okay, yeah, I got it. See, I'm already confused. It's my own pattern. In a chunk that I haven't, as far as I can tell, screwed up yet. That's frustrating. Although I will say the holes I've put there to accommodate stuff that needs to go there isn't helping. That's making it more convoluted and confusing than ever. There was probably a better way to set all this up, is what I'm saying. But I'm probably not the person to figure out what that way would have been. On the bright side, even if it's a little bit flawed what we have right now, we kind of have an idea, at least a small snapshot of what it's kind of going to look like by the end, and I think it'll look okay. Maybe not as cool as my initial idea of an actual, like, proper gradient, but I think it'll look okay. Well, I mean, it is a gradient, it's just sort of stretched and swirled around a little bit, but still. You know, I think my initial plan was pretty good. Kind of had to go over that. And I can't jump over that. Terrific. Okay, well, on the bright side, at least we're cleaning this up a little bit. Prepping the area, and the nice thing is a lot of that was already like a single color. It was just like white, and some of it's pink. But you know, if it's that low variance in different color types, at the very least that means that if we sort them into small piles like this, you know, it's going to be relatively easy to keep everything straight. Just by virtue of the fact that there wasn't really a lot to keep straight to begin with. Okay, so the pink stuff goes out by Annabelle's house, although I don't think there's a lot of space there. Might have to cut in behind our garden area. Yeah, that's already filled up. We can put a little bit over here, though. Pick this up. I'm really hoping we still have Jacob's ladders popping up everywhere. I mean, there's not a lot of everywhere for them to pop up, but still. You know, those are going to be a pain in the ass. Like, hybrids, those are going to be a pain by virtue of the fact that it just takes forever and a whole lot of random. Jacob's ladders, they're guaranteed, but they just take a stupid amount of time. And, you know, not to screw up your town too badly. And I think we're okay in that regard. Actually, I was looking at photos earlier today, and it gave me some ideas to dress up the town a little bit more as well, so, you know, moving forward, once this is done, maybe that'll be my next project, is trying to decorate this island a little bit more than I had initially thought of. So now I've got a couple ideas I kind of like. But that's in the future. I'm kind of committed to finishing up this sort of secret garden area. I'm thinking maybe dead center of this place I want to have like a tree with like a chair underneath it or something. I'm thinking that would be a cool idea. I think that would be sort of a really neat little relaxing chill out spot. Oh, so that bug is stuck. No, he's not stuck. Goodbye, bug. Okay. Well, it's not perfect yet, and we don't have the supplies to make it perfect. Probably won't for a very long while, but at least we caught the problem early. Or at least one of the identifiable problems. There's probably a million problems with this I haven't picked up on yet, but like I said, everything you do sooner rather than later is better. Because at the moment you realize there's a problem at the end, well, that basically just saps my will to live. So then we have to do it all over again, and it took forever to do this much. How much space do I have left? 3 more spots. And we've almost got this cleaned up. And sort of like how the spiral will work when we're done, you know. Every moment we get a little bit closer to the center, the less flowers we're going to have to move, and the more we're going to get done. So that's kind of nice, too. You know, just keep plugging away, and eventually it gets done. I actually had an idea to spruce up these pillars as well. But we'll see. Plop that there and plop that there. I think we're running out of space for all this white stuff. I don't really want to... Guess we got over here. Not a lot of space over here, though. There's definitely not going to be enough for all this here for sure, but at the very least, keep it all relatively close together. Makes it less of a pain to find later when you have to actually go back and grab it. Okay. Grab this. Grab that. This. Gonna get this place cleaned up yet. Well, it'll be a pain in the ass to go back and forth grabbing all these flowers. At least it'll be less confusing. And that will hopefully limit the number of mistakes I make. There goes my shovel. Oh, poop. I might go ahead and I think is it a DIY? Let's find out. I'm curious. If it's DIY, I'll see about crafting one immediately, but I think it's a thing I gotta order from the Nook Mild catalog. But we'll see. Can I just craft one? Yes. Manhole cover. Okay. I've got some ideas for a manhole cover, so we're gonna craft one and I will tinker with it a little bit and see what we can do. But, you know, I will grab a shovel, I will try and clean this stuff out. I think we're probably looking at the end of this for now, because I gotta go work on my review, and hopefully that'll be up by tonight, tomorrow. If I get it done early, I'm gonna stream again later, something I've been wanting to make videos of for years now. But just depends how much stuff I get done. And like I said, I'm kind of doing this all amidst a whole bunch of other stuff I'm kind of dealing with, so I apologize if I get behind on stuff worse than I already have. I'm doing the best I can, damn it. Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna go make a manhole cover. I kind of have some ideas. And I've got a couple other ideas I just sort of came up with on the fly here. And I kind of want to see how it would work. I'm not sure it would, that's sort of the thing, but I'll see if I can do some testing on my own time. Take 2 of these. Let's craft. We'll make 2 of them. Because the manhole cover, from what I can tell, is actually a pretty versatile piece of furniture for decorating islands with. I'm just curious if it would be more effective to use this than, say, dumping patterns everywhere. Because, as I understand, you can plot patterns onto manhole covers. Okay, now, see, this is exactly what I was planning on doing. I saw some, like, artistic manhole covers. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen this exact one that's this right now. You can't put your own custom designs on them, huh? Interesting. I thought you could. Okay, well, that kind of 86 is my plan a little bit, but we'll see what we can do when I have some time to test some stuff out. Because I do have an idea for the stepping stones, and if I can't put my own patterns on these manholes, that changes some things, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, that'll be it for tonight, at least for Animal Crossing. I'll see about doing something later when I have a moment, if I have a moment. Again, I apologize. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff at the moment, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed all the same, and if you did, follow the stream to know when we go live, because we do this every night, or I try to, but like I said, this previous few days and this time in general has been a little bit funny like that. You might also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see everything else I do, which is a lot of stuff. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is catch my stupid mistake. And now we got to clean. Awesome. But we're going to see about fixing that. Also, that was the firework of the island logo, which is pretty nice. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, Internet.